Moving on to the last type of topic, that is zeros of polynomial function. Among all the other type of problems in this lesson, this is the easiest because you have been given a graph and you need to state the number of real zeros. You can easily see zeros. Okay, before we go to the answer, zeros are the solutions for any graph. Solutions are the x-intercept values. So you need to analyze the graph and see the x-intercept. Over here you can see this is a x-intercept at -2, at 1 and 4. Since only the graph is given, you write the approximate answers. So these are the answers of x-intercept. Now, if there are 3 x-intercept, that means there are 3 real zeros. So there are 3 real zeros, 1, 2, 3. The number of time it touches the x-axis. Now you can see this is a cubic graph. This is x to the power 3, or it can be even x to the power 5. But the number of real zeros are 3 in this particular graph. Now, what about other than real? What is opposite of real? Real and imaginary. Now, let me first draw a graph like this, say a parabola. Now, you can see the x-intercept is over here and over here. So there are 2 real zeros. Okay, that will be the answer. And if you knew the equation for this, there'll be something like x squared and so on, right? It'll be positive x squared, and there are other coefficients. So if you graph it in the calculator, you will get 2 answers, and these will be the answer. It'll be -1 and maybe 4. Now, what if you have graph something like this? It does not touch the x-axis, and you know the equation now. Say, imagine this is the equation, something like this. Now, if you graph this, you will get 2 answers, but you will have I at the end of the answer. That I tells it's imaginary, it is not real because it does not touch the x-axis. Those zeros are not real. So they are imaginary zeros, but in this case it touches the x-axis, so all the 3 are real zeros. Similarly, you can just count over here. They have asked number of real zeros, not the answers as well. But let's write the answers. What are the x-intercepts? It'll be -5, -3, 3, and -5. So there are total 4. Answer is 4 real zeros. So that's the thing. And lastly, last problem of this lesson, we will compare polynomial functions. Now here they have given the graph of the function x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x. This is the graph of this function. And oh sorry, I'm very sorry, the function of f of x is given, but graph of g of x is given. Okay, I didn't even see this, sorry for that. Now they have given you g of x, but the function is not mentioned. But this is given a function x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x. They're asking you to graph this and analyze the extrema and the key features. Now, graphing, we have already done graphs, so if you're not thorough with it, please go back to the previous videos and be thorough with graphing by the table method. If you have options of the answer, you can even use the direct method. Now, over here, just take random values, do the graph, you're going to get the graph something like this. Now, over here, the next step is to analyze. So what do you want to analyze is the extrema, that is the maximum values over here. Maximum, relative maximum is not this. See, wherever the graph is going upwards like this, which is the maximum point? This one. And over here, the relative maximum is this point. Okay, wherever relative maximum. If the graph is going something like this, this is the maximum point. Okay, these are relative, but the greater one is over here. So compare these both. The answer over here is 6. The answer over here is somewhat 2.5. Okay, it's about 5 by 2. So this over here is 5 by 2 and this is 6. Obviously 2.5 is less than 6. So greater relative maxima is over here at the f of x. So the function f of x has greater relative maxima. And you can even see the graph and you can tell the function f of x has relative maximum appropriately at y equals 6, and g of x has, between, they have told between 2 and 3. It's not exactly 2.5, between that. Okay, so that's the thing. And there are other things to compare and analyze key features. So here they have asked you certain things. Zeros for the function f of x. Now this is the function f of x. What's the 0? minus 3, 0, 1. So that's the answers. Now what about g of x? Minus 1, then it's half of that, 1 and 2. Minus 1, minus half, 1 and 2. Now, x-intercepts for the function. X-intercepts is the same thing over here. And over here also the x-intercepts is the same thing. And the y-intercept over here is at 0 and over here is at 2. And the end behavior as x tends to, for the function f of x, goes to the left side. What is the y value going? Where is the y value going? Minus infinity. So here the answer is minus infinity. Same way at positive, it's going positive infinity. Over here you can see whether it's left side or right side, both the time the answer is positive infinity because it is going upside. So this is the basic comparing of the both the graphs. This is just to understand the graphs thoroughly. So if you have any doubts in graphing or any of the other problems, the functions or anything, please go to the previous videos. Almost everything is explained relating to this lesson. And that's the end of this lesson. If you have any further doubts or questions, please do put them in the chat and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. All the best and happy learning.